There we go. We're live. Wow. Yeah, so you got today. Driving home from Grand Island, Nebraska. Going back home. Did a little shopping today. Well, I got some good. At about 9:30 this morning, I got a call from Shopco. Going in for orientation Friday at 10:30. So, yay! Good news. Um, had to go into Grand Island to drop off some stuff at Goodwill. And yeah, that same, then I went to Walmart, got myself a new watch and a planner so I could plan out my day. Because, with kids in school and everything. Here's my watch. With the kids, doing activities and everything, I have to actually have a planner now. So, let's see, what time is it? 3:15. Let me set this clock. It'd be like 5 minutes fast. We're stopped at a railroad crossing. Train keeps on starting and stopping. So this is fun. Life in Nebraska, always waiting on trains. Now it seems like the train is backing up. I've got people behind me are turning around. But it doesn't matter. I can wait. I can wait. I'm a patient person. I don't know how much longer this train will be. I've been sitting here for, I don't know, roughly 3 minutes before I went live. Figured there was nothing else better to do with my time than to talk to you guys. Then after I dropped some stuff off at Goodwill, I went and I got myself a new winter coat, because this one ain't gonna keep me warm this winter. It's a good fall jacket, but not a good winter jacket. And I got myself some new jeans. New to me. I love Goodwill. I love Goodwill and I love thrift stores. So how is everybody's day going? I think this train is going to take friggin' forever. I mean, I'm patient, but I gotta get home. I'll wait here a few minutes longer. But if it doesn't seem to be moving here the next few minutes, I'll turn and find a different route. Wow. Took my eldest daughter to school this morning. She had to be there before 8. She was doing a, her one at class was doing their first competition today in St. Ed, I do believe, St. Edward. So good luck to them, and congrats on doing it. I hope that they did good. Everybody else is turning around. I do not think that this train is going to be moving anytime soon. So let's just follow suit and turn around. Because I am a patient duck, but I got places to go today. I got to get home, get lunch, get dinner on the stove. My husband went to the grocery store yesterday. He wanted when he got home, he wanted a grilled cheese sandwich with ham. So I made him that last night. I made him 2 of those. So, yeah. I'm a patient person, but not when it comes to that. Not when it comes to waiting on trains to pass. This railroad crossing, we're not stopped at, so we'll just take a little shortcut. Hopefully they don't start moving here. If they start moving again, I'm gonna be pissed. Look. There we go. Didn't realize you guys, didn't realize I wasn't centered. Go. Lots of trains in Nebraska, and I just dropped my cigarette. Got it. Just trying to throw it out the window. So that's the update on me. What's the update on you guys? How are you guys doing? Keep on losing the center. Train has not moved yet. Everything but a truck has turned. A semi-truck. Trains. Gotta love them. Once our primary mode of transportation. Though here recently, I have been seeing more passenger trains, which is nice. It'd be really cool if they started that up again. I once, what was it here? Was it like 5 years ago or something like that? For a thing called Columbus Days here in Nebraska, which happens towards the end of summer, like in August or September. There's this thing called Columbus Days, and they just block off like 3 or 4 city blocks in the downtown area, And that year, they had a passenger train come through and figured it'd be fun for people to ride it. So we rode it from, it was free. So we rode it from Columbus to a small town called Schuyler, which was about like, what, a 10-minute ride there and back, 10 minutes. And we talked to one of the conductors that was riding along with us. And we said, and my husband asked, why don't they do, passenger trains anymore? Because, I mean, as much as he loves to drive, he would just love to get on a train and be able to take like a nap from our house to Columbus, which by car is a 45-minute drive. So 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back, you spend a lot of time on the road. So he would just love to, get on a train, a passenger train in Columbus and just, take a little bit of a nap, to and from work. And they said that the reason that they don't do passenger trains anymore, at least they're not that common, is because of the upkeep of the passengers. Because you got to make sure you have toilet facilities. You got to make sure that the seat's comfortable. If it's a long ride, you got to have a dining car so these passengers can be fed. There's just they said the upkeep, passenger upkeep. Then you have to have somebody come through and clean the train every night. So that's why we don't do them a lot here in the U.S. Now I am jealous of places like Japan and overseas and all the other places overseas where they have public transportation, and places like New York where they have subways. I would just love to get on a subway, park my car or even walk to a subway station and just get on a train or a subway. That'd be nice. That's a great deal of savings of money right there. I mean, the passes have to be cheaper than what it is to get gas. Filled up my minivan yesterday and it was like $52. So even if you get like gas or something, I don't know how subways work, but I know there has to be like passes or something that the trains, then yeah, I mean that's worth it. But out here in rural USA, there's not really, they don't think that people would want to wait on trains. Which, like I said, I'm a patient person. I would love to get onto a train and maybe like read a book or something. Hell, I could even live stream from a subway or a train if that was the case. Man, that would be so awesome. God, we got a bunch of slow people here in front of me. I mean, they're going 65, which is the speed limit, but still, I mean, I set my cruise and I can catch up to them. I got a little bit of a lead foot. So yeah, so I cannot wait for my orientation on Friday. I think the kids, let's see, what is today? The 6th? Tomorrow the kids have half a day of school. Get out at 1:30. Teacher in service. If the teachers are going to have an in... I remember when teachers had in services, it was the whole day off. Not just half a day. Well, I guess at 1:30 that counts as a full school day. I don't know. When we first moved out here to Clarks, there was this thing where the fourth, either the third or the fourth Wednesday of every month, they had play starts at about 10 a.m. And they did that for like about a year, maybe for one school year, maybe 2 school years, and they realized that parents didn't like it. And it wasn't really accomplishing anything. So then that's when they started with the half days, and they've been going with that ever since. We moved out here in December of 2009. Bless me. Bless me again. So yeah. So, and what they're going to be next school year, so the school year of 2019 to 2020. Okay, I got to tell you how the schools are set up for this to make sense. How the schools are set up is in the town that I live in, Clarks, because we have a consolidated school district, which means you got several towns that merge into one school district because of all the freaking small towns here in Nebraska. And what they do is the towns of Clarks, where I live, and Polk, those are where the 2 schools are at. It's still called High Plains Community Schools. And what they do is, right now, what they had been doing for years is that preschool to 3rd grade was in Clarks. And then you went to Polk for 4th and 5th grade. And then you went back to Clarks for 6th, 7th, and 8th. And then you went to back for 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. So what they're wanting to do, because they sent out a survey here last year, they've been surveying for the surveys to everybody. So what they're planning on doing next year for the school year of 2019 to 2020 is that Clarks will be nothing but the elementary school. So it'll be preschool to 6th grade, because they're moving 6th grade to junior high. They're moving 6th grade to elementary school. And then what they will be doing is go to Polk for junior high or middle school and high school. So, which is what I thought they should have been doing all along. So, I'm just glad that they finally got the picture. Fun driving on Highway 30. Nice straight stretch of road here. There is some road construction going on side roads here. The dirt roads. They're trying to make them smoother, I guess, or they're trying to pave some of them. That's what it looks like here. H Road. Looks like they're trying to pave it. Yep, that's exactly what they're doing. They're paving one of the side roads called H Road. So I guess that some of the people, are getting sick and tired of being stuck in the mud. Which I would be too. Because around here, these dirt roads, they get awfully muddy when it rains. When it rains heavily, and then again when it snows. Which, knock on wood, I don't got any wood in here, that's real. But knock on wood, that we haven't had any snow that has stuck, whatever yet. But they're saying by the end of the week we're supposed to have about 2 inches. Great. If anybody knows me, you know how much I really dislike winter. Because you get people that don't know how to drive on it. Then you get, snow equals ice. And ice equals sliding off the road and stuff. And falling down when you're walking on it. Just not a good combination. Talked to my grandma this morning. She wanted me to get onto Walmart.com with her and help her order some Christmas presents for the kids and for my hubby. Let's see. I still need to get a birthday present for my youngest daughter. Birthday's at the end of this month. I was really hoping that when I was pregnant with her, that she'd be born on Thanksgiving. But I looked at the calendar. I went many, many years into the future, and it doesn't look like her birthday will ever fall on Thanksgiving. Kind of sucks. I wanted her to be a Thanksgiving baby, but she had other plans. God, I remember when I was pregnant with her, we had a minivan, and always had a minivan. We've had a minivan ever since I was pregnant with my second born. And my husband had a little bit of anger rage one year, and kind of accidentally destroyed the vehicle, the wiring underneath. He didn't need to. Don't get me wrong. He did not mean to. He just was pissed because he was, around here in Nebraska, most people are farmers, and at that time we were trying to get into farming. At least my husband was at least doing custom harvest and stuff, so I was following him to a job, and his combine got stuck in a hill and bent the teeth of the combine, of the corn head, and he got really pissed. And because that stuff is not cheap to fix, so yeah, I understand why he got upset. Yes, okay. So he got into my minivan after he called his dad. How did he call his dad? We didn't even have fucking cell phones. But yeah, my husband and I didn't get cell phones until 2009 when we moved out here. So we were like one of the last people to get cell phones. But I don't remember how he tracked down his dad. But he tracked down his dad, and he went to help us. And he went to help us and realized that he had forgotten some stuff at his dad's place. So we hopped into my minivan. So we hopped into the minivan, went and got the stuff, and then he somehow, the wiring underneath, he cut the wiring underneath the minivan that we had at the time. And this was, around harvest time, so October, November. So my husband knew that I was getting close to, giving birth to our youngest. And so we went to follow my father-in-law back to his place, and couldn't get the minivan to start. And so we had to tow it back. And my husband spent the rest of the day trying to fix it. He jimmy rigged it to where we could get it home at least. But the next day we had to carefully drive it into town to get it. Took it to the dealership where we bought it to get it fixed. And it was getting pretty close to time for me to give birth. And and so when we got the minivan back, they gave us a loaner car. And when they gave us the minivan back, they said it's fixed, everything's good. We drove it for about 2, maybe 3 days, and it started acting up again. And so we're like, okay, we'll just stay home. We have really no place to go. We had another car for my husband to drive. He just said, he just said, we'll just pray that you don't give birth anytime soon. Well, come the 29th of November. I think this happened, mid-November. So come the 29th of November, I started having contractions and everything. And so we were just gliding on it. He's like, are you sure you're having contractions? I'm like, yes. We just drove really carefully on in to Norfolk, which is the closest town that had a hospital. We were living in Pierce, didn't have a hospital. And Pierce is about a 10-minute drive from Norfolk. And so we just carefully drove in. I went to the hospital, had my youngest daughter, and let me tell you, I'm a wimp when it comes to pain. So I had an epidural. I'm a wimp. So after I gave birth and everything, they put me in my room and everything. My husband said, okay, well, I'm going to take the kids and we're going to go back to the dealership and see about getting the van actually fixed. Let me tell you, he did have words with them. He had some angry words with them. So, so they gave us another loaner car. And when I was ready to go home, it was about 3 days later. So I went home in like December 1st or 2nd. My husband had to call his aunt to stay home and babysit my other 3 kids so that he could, so that we could put the car seat in the car and take me home and everything. But before we went home, we had oh God, what was it? A Saturn, I think it was. They gave us. It was really nice car. If we ever had, we had that loaner car for almost a month, I do believe. It took them to fix the minivan. My husband wasn't going to go and get it unless it was 100% fixed that time. So if we had to go anywhere, we had to take 2 cars. And anybody that's watching has given birth, that the doctor puts restrictions on what you can and can't do after birth. And to top that off, not even 12 hours after I had Alyssa, I went in for surgery to get my tubes tied. So I was recovering from both birth and having my tubes tied. So you never know what muscles you really use until you've had your abdominals basically messed with. And let me tell you, it hurt to laugh. It hurt to live at that point. But I kept Alyssa right there beside me, and so it would be easier for me to take care of her. And yeah, we finally got that minivan fixed that we had, but I think we still have it at home. Did we trade? No, we traded that one in. We traded it in for a purple minivan that is now sitting at home that doesn't work. That happens when you buy used. You know, they just work for a little while and then you just buy another one. My husband and I have never, ever seen a reason to buy brand new. And there was a time we had a white minivan, really nice white minivan. It was a 2001. And we got it in like 2004. And we actually financed that vehicle. But we missed one payment. And what had happened was that instead of applying the back, because after we noticed that we missed that payment, we basically made 2 payments the next month. And so instead of taking that amount and applying it to, the missed month, they said we missed for 3 months in a row, which we didn't, but that's what they said. So from that point, we just never financed a vehicle again. We just bought straight out. Always have had the cash. So that's what it taught us, is not to finance anything. Because the banks will screw you. And what they did was, I was in Wyoming visiting my folks, there for my dad's wedding. And what they had done was, while my husband was sleeping, because he worked the night shift at the time at a grocery warehouse called Affiliated Foods Midwest, they just came and took it without notifying us or anything. We didn't even know we were, behind or anything. So, yeah, so there's that story. I got many stories. Oh my gosh, that one took the cake, yeah. We learned not to finance. 33-minute live stream, and I'm still not home yet. What's surprising is that there's a lot of green grass still. So, yeah. Figured if I told those 2 stories, we'd be home. So yeah, there's some more stories from my life. I have some stories for working in the nursing home, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to tell them because of HIPAA. So. But, you know, talking to you guys has actually made this ride a lot shorter. I don't know if I have to go pick up my daughter or not. I don't know what time she's coming home from her one-act competition. I think I should have went in and asked when I dropped her off. So I never think about that until it comes close time for school to get out. And I'm like, oh. Yeah, school here in Nebraska ends about 3:40. My kids don't get on the bus till 4 o'clock, because that's when the bus comes from Polk, because it picks up the high schoolers first. And then it comes and picks up the kids from Polk, from Clark's. So, yeah. Now you guys can't even see me because the friggin' sun. There it goes. A lot of the farmers are taking corn in. They must be having good prices right now. I don't pay attention to the stock on the how the corn. Used to when my husband was farming, and when he was a farmhand, I used to pay attention to that stuff, but I don't anymore because it doesn't concern us anymore. It's Superior Industries in Columbus, which what they do is they just build machines for gravel pits. And he works in the office. He used to work out on the floor making them. But when they had an opening in the office, because they always hire within first, he put his name on the list. He was the only one that wanted that position. And so even though he doesn't have a degree in engineering or anything, damn son, you guys can't see me. So instead of, seeing as he doesn't have the degree or anything, they still hired him in. They taught him what to do, and for a while, because he started in the office here last year, but what they did was, god damn, you guys can't see me. What they did was, I'm sorry you guys can't see me, but what they did was they just took, for a while, they took him into the office every day at about 3 o'clock to teach him what to do, and he stayed till about 7 or 8 o'clock so he could, really get extra training in. And then January of this year was when he went full-time in the office. And occasionally he'll go out, they'll need him on the floor, but it's very rare. And he's now having to do business trips, which are actually rare too now, which are actually rare, but he was doing a lot of business trips during the summer, where he had to stay overnight and stuff and help their sister companies in other states. We thought there for a while he would have had to go to Montreal, Canada. Shout out to all you guys that live in Canada. To help over there. They asked, does he have a passport? And he said yes, but I don't know if it's, active or anything. He would have had to go check that out. But what they ended up doing instead was doing a phone conference, and apparently that worked out because he never had to go. But my husband has always been that person that always keeps his options open, because you never know when he's going to have to. He never knows when he's going to have to go on a business trip. I mean, he's ready at the spur of the moment. Almost like he has to keep a bag packed. But if one of their sister locations needs help, he's the one that's willing to go out there and help them. which I think is admirable. I'm glad that he has, you know, I'm glad that he's as sweet as he is, and he is a wonderful man. I love him to death. We have our moments like any other marriage, but, yeah, he's a nice guy. He basically lets me do what I want within reason, and I let him do what he wants within reason. And that's basically how we stayed married for 16 years. I mean, we've known each other for 19. I mean, good God. I can't believe it's been that long. Holy hell. 19 years and 4 kids later, here we are. Still going strong, still finding ways to carry on. You know, and when I tell people how long we've been married, their jaws drop, because, I mean, it's rare to find someone who's been married this long. And we are home at 3:50, according to my clock. And we have cats that are greeting us. 8, 10, 11, 12 cats we have. I was counting them. And yes, they all have names. We have a little black and white cat, female. It has a little bobtail because its mom has a bobtail too. And we named her Bunny. Hi, Skunk! You missed the ride home. Oh, great. I wonder if I can get this out without watches. I mean, it's probably, you know, so people don't steal them and everything, but my God. There's some people that buy watches that need them right then and there. Like, you know, they can't wait to get home and... They said you weren't tall enough. God damn it. Well, you know what? We don't have any child seats either. And I don't know if I have anything, because I think my kids took the scissors out of this vehicle. I had scissors in here for stuff like this. I think I'm gonna have to go and buy more. Another pair. I'm just tearing the box. And here I am saying, you know, when I was stopped at the railroad, I'm a patient person. Patient, yeah. Sure, here I am. I can't wait to get inside. Guess I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I went into city called Grand Island, which is one of the closest cities. Oh shit, my hair looks like crap from the wind again. To go to Goodwill, and then I also went to Walmart and got some stuff. I don't know if you can hear that, but we got meow meows. I don't know if you like meow meows, Skunk. Here's my little kitty. Her name's Bunny. She has a little bobtail. That's why we call her Bunny. Come here, Julius. This one, his name is Julius. This one is my baby. Such a good boy. Junko. Julius. Bunny. Oh, here's another one of my kittens. This is Mark Antony. Lives up to his name. He loves to explore. And They're trying to get back in, so I'm going to have to get out here. Oh, here. This is Reaper. That's my son's cat. Julius. Bunny. Get out of here. Oh. Fun day. Let's get to see my property. Very nice, isn't it? Oh, nice place, my house. Those are all my cars, or our cars. Hi, Pepper. Hi, Pepsi. Jasmine. Everybody, I should have picked up cat food. I don't know why I can't remember to pick up cat food. So yeah, back home. Home again, jiggity jog. Oh. Thought I was only going to be in there for be in Grand Island for an hour, so here it is, almost 4 o'clock. Finally back home. How was your day, Skunk? If you're still on. And you're not. Okay. Which is cool. You can tell me how your day was down in the comments. My God. Okay, for a simple watch like this, pretty simple. Nothing fancy about it. Comes with instructions on how to set it. I mean, really, if you can't set a simple watch, I don't think you should be wearing them. And I got this watch because, as I told you at the beginning of the stream, I got going in for orientation on Friday at 10:30. So I figured, you know, since I'm not going to be allowed to have my phone on me, I'm going to want to know what the time is so I can go to break and come back on time. Figured I'd just get myself a simple watch. I'll show you guys what it looks like on me. So there you go. Can't sit you guys up. There we go. So there we go. We're happy. Okay, I like this watch. It feels a bit tight on my wrist, but I got a fat wrist. God, I remember there was a time when my wrist was super skinny, but that was before I had kids. Before I got fat. So, back home. Thank you guys for riding along with me. Don't forget to subscribe. You know, don't forget to hit that little bell so you know when I go live. Because I go live whenever I want. Probably won't be as frequent anymore. Probably will have more ride-alongs with me in my vehicle to and from work. Guess I will do another stream on Friday. Probably after my orientation, so I can tell you guys how that is. I don't know, might do one before and after. And, yeah, I guess I'll see you guys then.